Welcome to this presentation, Promoting Pre-K Learning with Arts Integrated Strategies. This segment focuses on arts integration using the elements of music to enhance curricular goals. Let's think about 3 basic music skills that you can apply flexibly to your work. The first is steady beat. What's steady beat? Steady beat is a beat with a regular rate and rhythm, like a heartbeat. The second is tempo. Musical tempo is the pace or speed of the music. And the third is pitch and dynamics. Pitch is the tone of the sound, and dynamics are the variations in the loudness of musical sounds. Let's look at some examples of arts integrated learning using pitch. Do you like to sing? If so, you can use your voice. Maybe you don't like to sing. Find yourself an instrument to use that can make high and low sounds, like a slide whistle, a recorder, a harmonica, or anything you'd like to try. Using your voice or instrument, you can begin this experience by telling the children you're going to explore high, high, and low, low. Now, let's help the children put this experience into their bodies. With the child or children in front of you, demonstrate reaching up high when you hear a high note and reaching down low when you hear a low note. You can continue to repeat this with the child or children at the pace that works for them, or change the movements to follow with high and low. Maybe the second time around they could shake their hands over their heads for high and down in their laps for low. You can then create high and low patterns for them to follow. High, 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 low, 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 or high, high, low, high. You can also apply pitch and dynamics to storytelling. Many children's stories contain themes, places, objects, and characters that are of different scales. Papa Bear was very tall, in a high voice. Baby Bear was not as tall. Use your low voice. Or you can divide the children into tall bears and short bears. Have the Papa Bears stand up when they hear the high sounds and have the baby bears stand up when they hear the low sounds. This kind of activity engages children's learning with multiple senses. It provides an auditory, or heard, visual, and kinesthetic, that's movement, experience to match with the language arts or math concepts. It can be customized for the mobility of individual children or groups. It can be matched with multiple curricular and content areas, and children think it's fun. If you were going to do this activity, can you think of a book you'd like to use with children that would be enhanced by a pitch exploration? How could you use this to explore numbers, quantity, or patterns? Do you have other ideas of how to match an exploration of pitch or dynamics with your goals for children's learning? How can you adapt these ideas for the settings you work in? Let's look at another example, thinking about steady beat. Like we said earlier, steady beat is a beat with a regular rate and rhythm, like the beat of your heart or a drip of water. You can make it on a drum or with a shaker or with your hands, clapping or patting. You can make a steady beat slowly or faster, and loud or quiet. How can you use a steady beat? Try tapping out a steady beat with a simple sentence. Today is Monday. How are you? Or try tapping out a steady beat while counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try tapping a steady beat with a chant. Give me the beat, beat, beat. Give me the beat, beat, beat. Or maybe with a favorite song. Los pollitos dicen pío, pío, pío. Or use it when narrating a story and ask the children to try it too. You can move the beat around your body. Start by tapping one body part and move to another. Head, 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 head. Toes, 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 toes. Knees, 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 knees. Nose, 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 nose. Or take turns. I pat the beat and you pat the beat. Or pass the beat. You can pass the beat from one person to another in call and response. Why does this work? Steady Beat is an organizer. Using it provides children with opportunities to explore motor skills as they tap, move, or pass the beat. Steady Beat adds a kinesthetic element to language or math learning. Exploration of Steady Beat provides opportunities for social emotional interactions and learning like passing, sharing, and turn taking, and it's flexible and fun. How would you use this strategy with the children and families you work with? Do you have drums or shakers? If you don't, it's easy to find patterns to make simple rhythm instruments with common items. Can you think of ways to use Steady Beat to enhance math learning? How can you reinforce language learning with Steady Beat? Can you think of ways to promote social emotional learning? Do you have other ideas? And how can you adapt these ideas so they'll work best with the children and families you work with? How do you create an experience of tempo? You need to find a way to demonstrate different speeds. You can use your voice, singing or chanting, or clap, or use an instrument like a drum or a shaker. You could start with a simple chant, like give me the beat, 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 give me the beat, beat, beat. You'd start with a slow tempo and gradually increase the tempo as you repeat the chant. And then maybe you could slow it down again. Or you could do this with a song, or a word combination, or a sentence. You can have the children compare fast and slow, moving from fast to slow and slow to fast. Or follow you or each other, trying fast and slow. Why does this work? It provides opportunities for exploration of self-regulation and social emotional learning. It has a kinesthetic component that can provide context to a language experience or story. It allows children to explore patterns and math concepts, and it's engaging, flexible, and fun. How could you demonstrate tempo? How could the children and adults you work with demonstrate tempo? Do you use particular songs, chants, or stories that would work with an exploration of tempo? How could you match an exploration of tempo with an early math experience? How could you use this with the children and families you work with? There are infinite ways to apply music and music skills to arts integrated learning. Check out the tip sheet that accompanies this presentation for additional pro tips and further resources to dig deeper into content you can use to continue thinking about music strategies to enhance curricular goals. Thanks for listening today, and enjoy.